Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devops school.
This hub.docker.com is a location or a repository where all vendors are uploading their images here. Let's say you want to use CentOS image or Ubuntu image, Ubuntu OS image. So just search for that. You can see that this is the Ubuntu image, and here we can see that official tag. This is the official image basically provided by Ubuntu people. There might be a few images that might not be having this official tag, so we should not go with those images. There's possibility my people might be, my people might kept spyware or something in that, so you should not go with that. If you want to know what exactly this image contains in it, click on that. You can see here these all OS versions are available in Docker container. Okay, you can if you want to use Ubuntu 16.0, you can use this tag. 14.0, 22.0, like as per our requirement we can choose the operating system. And these, whenever you are just opening a mouse pointer on it, so it will be taking you to this Docker file. How they are creating these images, you can see that from scratch, and then this content they are extracting in this root location. This is very small Docker file for it. Docker file is a file that is used to create Docker images. What all things you can do, what exactly Ubuntu is, they are describing here. We all know what is Ubuntu. That is the reason we are here, right? So how to use them, few things to install, update thing they are telling you. You can use it over here. And similarly, if you'll be going with from another image, let's say for an example, I want to use MySQL. So this is official image of MySQL. You can go here. It depends on the vendor what they are uploading in their image and what all content they are keeping on this place, Docker Hub. So here we can see that these two versions are available, 5.7 and 8.0, and they are defining here what exactly MySQL is, correct? And here we can see that how they are starting the container over here. Simply they're telling you this sample commands over here. You can start your MySQL container by following these all things. This command will help you to start MySQL container. We will be learning all these tags, whatever argument these guys are using here. We will be learning everything. And after that, how you can deploy this image on Stack or Docker Compose. We will be seeing Docker Compose. We will not be seeing Stack, not part of content, basically Docker Stack. And if you want to use few of the environment variable, you can go with the environment variable. Basically environment variable in MySQL image is very important. So if you previously if you had experience about this MySQL, so you might be seeing like once installation is done of MySQL, it asks you to set root accounts password, right? So similar thing, we are not doing any installation inside container, so then how we can set root accounts password? So my environment variable is option. You can create databases by using MySQL environment variable. We will be just learning, we'll be implementing it practically. Docker secret is nothing but part of Docker Swarm. So I hope guys, you might be having an idea about this hub.docker.com. All the images, all the vendor will be uploading their images here. All the software, all the software's container image, you can find it over here, correct? Now my Docker is installed, and we can see that Docker is running over here. Systemctl status Docker, it will be telling yes, Docker is running over here. That is fine. How we can check it out? Docker version. Simply we can execute here a command called docker -- version. It will be telling you Docker version is available here. Now you can search images on console as well. On your terminal you can search image. Similarly, like how I searched here MySQL image, you can do that thing here as well. How we can do that? Docker search MySQL. It will be telling you what all MySQL images are available. See that, you can see that here. Official tag is also available here. This is your MySQL image, and official tag is this one. This is official image. We can use it, right? Any image you can search here. For an example, HTTPD. You can see that, yes, Apache server. So here, some of the
Are these
ready-made
are
solutions.
all okay? Let me interrupt you. All these are yeah, different images it's
Yes,
showing.
all these are, yeah, all these are different images.
Okay.
HTTPD. See, this is the HTTPD image. You can see it over here as well. Just go here, HTTPD. So this is the same image that you are seeing over there, HTTPD. You can pull it. So basically, guys, these are nothing but ready-made solution in form of containers. Let's say, for an example, I want to get a virtual machine with Apache install in it. How I'll be doing that? First of all, I need to get I need to get one VM, and on top of that VM, I will be installing Apache. Correct. How they are implementing in containers? Let me show you a few things. Let me pull Apache image locally. Docker pull HTTPD. I want to get latest one. So this is a tag. If you are having any specific version, you can define here. If you want to get latest, so just write tag latest over here. So latest Apache image will be downloaded on your machine. Yes, here it is. Docker images is a command that will be listing all the images available local on your system. Now, guys, here, as I told you, if you want to get one Apache, how you will be
Hey viewers, our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
getting that Apache, right? You'll have to create first of all a virtual machine, and top of virtual machine you will be installing Apache. So what will be the size of that VM overall? More than 5 GB approximately, right? Here they are giving you Apache in very less space, 144 MB. Your Apache is ready inside this container with space of 144 MB. This Apache is having its own operating system inside this, and Apache is installed on top of it. So whenever I'm talking about core OS containers, so what all feature that container will be having inside it? Let's say I want, this is my Ubuntu VM, right? How we can check it out? Ubuntu, it is release. We can see that this is my Ubuntu, correct? This is my Ubuntu 20.04, right? I want to get one CentOS container image. Let me pull that CentOS here. Docker pull CentOS 7. I'll be pulling CentOS 7. Let it download. As we know that Docker containers are very lightweight, so even you are pulling this CentOS container here, CentOS image over here, whenever you'll be creating container out of this image, so that container will be having only required binary library inside it that is required to make your CentOS up and running. CentOS will not be having at that time your ping command install it, vi command install it, if config, such or IP, such commands will not be there. Only the basic binary library that is required to make up and running your operating system. So overall, we can see that Docker images, it is in size like your CentOS is 204 MB, very less. Only required binary libraries are inside this container will be available. If you want to install, see, it will be acting like your VM. Okay, how it will be acting like VM? We can install anything in our virtual machine. We can install Apache. We can install MySQL, MariaDB, anything we can do that. We can create user server inside our VM, right? Same thing you can do inside containers. Okay, let's see first of all how to start containers. is also important, right? So Docker run command will help you to start a container. Let's say I want to start CentOS. So Docker run CentOS. It define image as well. What will happen here is your okay CentOS latest, sorry, CentOS 7, right? I just downloaded CentOS 7. What will happen here is my container will be started and immediately it will go down. Okay, I'll tell you why it is going down. How to check it out? First of all, my what all containers are running on your machine or not. Docker ps command will tell you running container. Okay, there is no any running container, but what about other stopped container? I want to list all the container whether they are running or they are stopped. Docker ps-a is a command that will be telling you. See that here we can see that container id. This container was created out of this CentOS 7 images. By using one image, guys, you can create a number of containers. Okay, there is no limit. It totally depends on your VM's capacity, like memory and the CPU. What command got executed inside the container? Bash, and it got created 23 seconds ago, and it is exited 22 seconds ago. Means within 1 second this went down. There was no any port mapping done. I will be telling you what exactly it is later on. And the name of this container was this. This container name was provided by Docker engine automatically to this. If you are not providing name to the container, Docker engine will be providing it. Okay. Now, let's say I want to execute some command inside the container and I want to see output of my terminal. So how I can do that? I will be executing the same command here called Docker run CentOS 7. This is my container image name, and I want to execute here ls command. What all things are available inside etc directory? Just show me the things. It will be just printing all those things on your screen, and your container will be going down again. I will be telling you why this container is going down. That what command we executed, that command captured here. Okay, this has been overwritten because of cmd instruction that I'll be telling you. Okay, everything needs to be discussed today. So again, the same thing. 8 seconds ago it got created, 7 seconds ago it went down within 1 second, and finally name was the container. This one. Similarly, if you want to read any file available inside the container, you can do that without logging in the container, right? ls etc. I want to read here passwd file. So no, passwd. Yes, this is the file. What is this passwd file, guys? Any clue on that? Anybody can suggest me what exactly this is? Passwd.
Anything related to password?
Password file.
So no, it is.
No,
yes.
You can check the user that we're creating in the system.
Okay, what all users you are having on your system and their configuration, like their home directory, what shell they are having, such things you can see that here. Just press enter key and you'll be seeing that output. Okay, ls command actually it was. I need to run here cat command. Cat will be giving me output on my terminal. Press enter key and here we can see that these are the users available inside my container. Correct. I can see that I can see my users information, but again my container is it went down. Let me show you. Docker ps-a, we can see that that container is also down. Why this container is going down again and again? Every container should have a process running in its default.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Entry point or command. So that process will be making this container up and down. My container is going up and down. So let's say I want to log in inside the container. Currently, there was bash was defined, and this the cat. I'm just overwriting it with ls or cat command. These are not a process. As soon as these commands are getting executed, your container is going down. We will be learning that how we can make our container up and running in background for always. We'll be seeing that. First of all, let's say I want to log in inside the container as soon as my container is getting started. To do that, here we'll have to pass one argument called it. What is this it? Docker run interactive terminal with this image. As soon as my container is getting started, it will be taking me to its by default image, by default command actually. What is that command? is defined over here. Bash is defined. Default is bash. How we can see the default command defined inside your Docker container image. So as I told you, this is your Apache container. Let's take an example of this one as well. Go here and you'll be seeing CMD or entry point, end of this Docker, the big Docker file. Here we can see that this is the CMD. This is a command of your container. It is saying that HTTPD foreground means this will be starting your Apache in foreground, right? Similarly, if you want to see what command do we have already configured in our CentOS or Ubuntu container, CentOS, click on that, go to the CentOS image, see its Docker file. You can just go here, CentOS 7, and once you'll be going down, you can see that default command is defined inside Docker container is, that is bash. What is the bash? Bash is a shell, right? Shell is defined over there. So if I'm running an interactive terminal, so that command will be executed as soon as, see that I press enter key, bash got executed, and I am inside the container. We can see the host name here, right? You can check which this operating system is, cat etc *release. We can see that here. This is my CentOS 7. We can see that CentOS 7, CentOS Linux. So this is how currently I'm inside the container. My container is running fine. We can do anything here. We can run ls command. We can create some directories over here. Test123 directory. We can list it here as well. Test123 got created. Whatever you can do in your VM, you can do that. You can install software here as well. Now I want to go out of this container. How I'll be going out of this container? We'll have to run here exit command. As soon as you are typing exit, you'll be going out of this container. Now what will happen to your container in this situation? We'll be seeing that docker ps command. See that Docker container is not running, but it is down now. 55 seconds ago it got started. See the command bash. 55 seconds ago it was started and it is exited 9 seconds ago. Again the name provided by Docker engine to this container. So guys, this container is going down now. Again, as soon as we are going out, what I just want to do is I want to start this container in background for always. This should not go down any situation. I do not want to log in inside container as soon as it is getting started. Later on I can do SSH in it. That I will be telling you how we can do that. So currently we can see that there is no any container running in our machine. Now let's start a container in background. So which command we'll have to use? Docker run hyphen. So see that if you are starting your container directly in detachable mode, so what will happen is it will go down. It will go down. What I'll do is I will be starting my terminal in detachable mode. Interactive terminal should be started in detachable mode. Okay. So you can write hyphen detach, or you can write D here as well. That is fine. This time I will be giving, or I will be assigning name to my container. Let's say I'm just writing a test container, test con. Now, which image I want to take at this time? I want to take again that CentOS only, CentOS 7 image. If you are not defining anything here, like any version here, :7 and all, by default it will be trying to pull, or it will be trying to search for latest CentOS image. The default tag with your images is latest. So if you are having CentOS 7 locally, so just write :7. We can see that. Finally, guys, my container got started in background. We can just run this docker ps command. We can see that my container is running in background. This is the container ID. This is the image that container created out of it, right? This is the bash is running in background. We can see that 7 seconds ago it got started. It is up from last 5 seconds, and there is no any port mapping done. And we can see that here, test container, name of my container. This is what I defined over here, right? Hyphen name tag. So my container is having its own name called test container, test con. Now, what I just want to do is I want to log in inside this container, guys. How I can log in inside this container? Simply, I'll have to execute a command called docker exec -interactive terminal. I want to get a terminal. Okay, exec will be starting a process for me. Now you need to define in which container. You can have multiple container running on your machine, right? So in which container you want to log in? You can use their container name, or you can use container ID, a complete container ID. Okay, why it is not selecting like this? You can write a complete container ID, or you can just write here 3-4 word. That is fine. EAA something. What command you want to execute inside this container? you can define it here. Similarly, when previously I executed the command during the startup of container, here you can do the same thing. ls tell me what all directories are available in where. It will tell you these directories are in your where. Without going inside the container, it can execute the commands. You can read any other files available inside the container. Again, etc/hosts local resolver, I'm reading it. So here we can read the files without logging in them. Now I want to log in. So here you guys will have to execute bash. Bash is a shell. As soon as you are entering here, your containers, bash will be started. Enter. See that. Now we are inside the container. Again, you can do anything over here. ls command, you can do ls here. You can run mkdir test 123, something like that. You can go to the test directory. You can create here a number of file. File you can create. Let's create 10 file over 10 text file. You can create files over here. It will be listing it, right? If you want to go out, you'll have to type over here command called exit. Exit command will be taking you out of this container, guys. You can see that docker ps command here. It is done. We are outside of the container, right? How we can log in inside the container? By running docker exec command, right? Container name, id, or anything you write here, both any one of the container id or container name, right? To log in inside the container. Now what I just want to do is interactive terminal, and yes, one more command, guys, we are having to log in inside the container, right? So we are having here another command called docker attach. Okay.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Docker attach, and you can define the container name. So once you are running docker attach and the container name, directly it will be taking you inside the container, guys. See that. Here you can go ls command. This is the directory that we created, test123. We can go into this test123 directory, and we can see that our files that we created previously, all files are available here, right, guys? All the files, we can see that these are available here on my machine. Now I want to go out of this container this time. How I'll be going out, guys? What command I executed previously? Any suggestion, any clues for me? What command I executed to go out of the container, guys?
Exit.
Exit, right? Let's see. I just simply executed exit command. Let's see whether our container is running or not, guys. See that container went down. Why this container is down? Previously, when I just exited from the container, when I did SSH last time, it was not stopping it. Now it got stopped. Why it got stopped here? Okay, the reason behind this is like attach command. This is dangerous command. We should always avoid using this attach command. So basically what this attach command is doing, so guys, what is happening over here is like whenever we are executing attach command, so this attach command will be attaching you to docker containers default running command. Okay, the main command, it will be attaching you with that. So my default command was bash. So as soon as I executed attach command, I attached with this bash process, and as soon as I executed exit command, so the default program that was keeping my container up and running, that program got exited. Because of this reason, this container went down. Clear, guys? Any clue on that? Oh, sorry. Any confusion or any question, guys, till here?
No.
No.
Okay. Now see this important thing. Why that container was not going down when I was logging in inside container with exec command by using this command? Why it was not going down? So what this exec command is doing, guys, is this exec command is starting a new process every time for you. Let me show you. Practically we'll be implementing it. Okay, so docker ps-a. One more thing, docker ps-a, that is the command that will be listing all the container. One new command is added in latest version of docker is docker container ls command. If you want to see all the container, then docker container ls-a. this command, there's possibility that Docker PS might be removed in future, but I'm addicted to work with Docker PS only. So every time I'm executing this one, and I will be just suggesting you, so just try to switch with this Docker container ls. If it is not working Docker PS, then what we'll do, we'll be just started executing Docker container ls command, right? This is the thing. So here we can see that my container, I will be starting this container. This container got stopped. I can start this container by running command called docker start and the container name or ID. Anything is fine. This container will be started now. We can just run docker ps command and we can see that the container got started now. Now, how you will be getting to know what all processes are running inside this container? Simply run this command called docker top and the container name or ID. This time I'll be using container name, container ID. So we can see that what all processes are running in. Let me make it smaller screen. Yes. So everything is in proper output. We can see that one process is running inside the container called bash. See, this is the command running inside my container. Correct. We can see that here docker yes, that is fine. This container is running up and running. It is running fine. Now what I will do, guys, is I will log in inside container by using docker attach command. Okay, let me log in inside the container, docker attach, and container name is testcon. I am inside the container. Let's execute top command here, right? What is telling you? Top command and the bash, two processes are running inside it, right? If you will be just typing exit, your container will be stopped because this bash is getting exited, right? What you should do if you do not want to stop the container, guys, please keep this key combination with you. What is that? CTRL control P and the Q. This combination you guys will have to press so that your container will not be going down. E and Q. See that my container will be running in background here. See that it is running here. Now this time I will be logging in with exec command. See that docker exec interactive terminal test container and the bash. I am inside the container. If you'll be running a top command, you can see that two bash processes running is this time. Okay, two bash processes running here. So let's see that PS also will be telling you, okay, this is a default this one. And let me log in with duplicate tab here. Yes, I logged in here with another tab. Okay, this one like allow me to sudo su hyphen. Yes. Now what you can do is execute this command here called docker ps and then docker top on your container called test container here. Can you see? Two bash processes is running. This is the first process, default process of your container, and this is a newly created process here that is started by us right here. Now guys, what I'll do is I'll exit from this container. I exited from that container. Let's go back to your second terminal and then again execute this command called docker top and the test container. We can see that default bash is still running. This bash is making your container up and running. Why it is making this container up and running? How it can possible that, did you remember the docker run -itd command, interactive terminal in detachable mode? This is the reason this container is up and running. Yes guys, is it clear? Clear guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we will be diving in very deep about processes now. And I told you, right, we are having namespaces. Those namespaces are, separating the process. It is isolating the process so that multiple container process or any duplicate similar process running on your host machine, they should not communicate. Now what I'll do here is I will be starting one container of Ubuntu and I will be installing Apache inside that container, and I will be finding or I will be listing processes running inside container on your host machine. Which is host machine? This EC2 instance, right? So interactive terminal, name of my container, I can write here in this format is equals to is also fine. If not writing, that is also fine. So U container, Ubuntu container basically, and port mapping, you can do that. Port mapping, I'll go there later on. So let's do that port mapping first of all. I'm just starting a container with name web, and this time I will be starting. This time I'll be starting, Apache container. Let me start Apache container. Let's go here. HTTPD. Go here in Apache, HTTPD, and So what exactly Apache is? Apache is a web server, and we all know that Apache or any of the web server will be accessible on port number 80. So what all ports are enabled inside your Docker container, Docker image? You can see its Docker file. See that at the end of this file, the big file actually. Here we can see that expose instruction is added here to enable port number 80 of your container. We can see that. Now what I'll do is I will be starting. And the second very important thing is, here it is a daemon. Apache.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
Why port 80? Since port 80 is not safe and not 443.
You can enable it, right? By default, Apache will be there, right? By default is 80 port number. You can enable.
Yeah, I know because 80 is HTTP, but in a real life environment, they won't be using 80 because 80 is not secure.
You can enable it, right? By your own, you can customize this thing.
Okay.
So this is the default thing. This is the default, right? And yeah, let's see this thing only. Default thing will be going by default thing only, right? Will not be going out of this thing. So by default, port number 80 is enabled on your Apache image, right? Let's create a container. And what I was telling you here is, yes, CMD instruction, right? I was talking about CMD instruction. Here in this CMD instruction, what we are seeing is they are starting Apache.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.